Hello and welcome to the Cynical Optimists, the podcast that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. I'm Phil.
And I'm Nick.
And this week, if you haven't guessed from the intro or the video title or the picture, we will be doing Star Wars Episode 8 plots. However, before that, we must do the news.
As ever. We're going to have to skim quite quickly through it this week because we've got a big old section to
As in, Nick's written a lot.
I've written a lot.
I've written little.
Because I had shit all to do. Right, I'm going to go Alien Covenant news. That thing we talked about last week.
Yep.
Noomi Rapace will indeed star in it as Elizabeth Shaw. She played Elizabeth Shaw in Prometheus. This is why it's quite a big deal, because she kind of fucked off into space at the end of the last one, and we didn't assume she was coming back, but she is. And she gave birth to an alien.
Ah.
And other things happened in that film, but do you know who else is in that film? Michael Fassbender.
Oh, he gets about, doesn't he? Weren't we saying this last week?
We did, yeah. I just want to keep reminding people that Michael Fassbender is in this film.
He's in a lot of films.
The Fass. The sad news. You may have heard this during the week. Anton Yelchin has died.
Oh yeah, I heard that. That was real sad.
He was only 27. Of course, most famously, he was in Star Trek as Chekhov. Did you ever see Fright Night?
No, I didn't.
He was it was not a great film, but he was really one of the highlights of that, I think. He was, it's such a shame. But,
yeah.
Terminator Salvation as well, Kyle Reese. Again, not a great film, but his role was one of the most entertaining in it, I'd say. But, no.
Most entertaining in a Terminator film.
Yeah. Well,
a late age one.
So, some sad news
to
start with. Do you want me to bring the tone back up?
Yeah, sure.
David Brent, Life on the Road trailer landed.
Oh!
Did you see it?
No.
Oh.
Never seen anything where Ricky Gervais plays David Brent.
Really? You've never seen The Office?
No.
Oh. Well, I was going to say it's typical awkward sort of Brentness happening, but you've never seen it, so...
Yeah.
You must have seen clips.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of David Brent, if that helps. The name rings a clear bell.
Brilliant. So that trailer went up.
Were you planning to kill more time with that story?
Yeah. Did you know the trailer went up?
Yes, because you told me last week.
Yeah. Swiftly on. A good Batman movie is coming to cinemas soon.
Is it the Batman solo movie?
Potentially. No, soon. This is like next month.
Oh, The Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke will hit select UK cinemas.
Oh,
Phill,
wow.
It's at View, our local View.
Our local View,
not
eh?
Here, but in that other city. I'm not going to say it, because I don't want to give our location away.
It's at a View.
It's at a View.
That gives you very limited options as to where
it's at all the views.
Hmm.
But we'll go to our local View. Do you fancy seeing it?
There's not many views.
The reason why I'm saying it as well is because it's only at the cinemas for like one day.
Oh, wow.
So I don't...
it depends on the day, but yeah, sure.
25th of July. I can tell you the day.
What day of the week is that?
I think that's probably a Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. Evening? Book the tickets?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Good. And I'm going to sign up for a View account because if you pre-order tickets before the 12th, you get a little Joker figure. Doing that.
Cool. Well, well, you know where we'll be.
Yeah. But I haven't given away the location, so that's fine. So they can't come and fight me, which they may want to because of my episode 8 pitch, which I'll reveal later. And
also the fact that you beat on Civil War in his written column,
which you can find at some web address.
synopodcast.blogspot.com. It's in the comments. Do double check. Comments in the description.
I think if you just type in Synopt Op-Ed on Google and then maybe Blogger,
it'll probably come up.
Yeah, probably.
Film checked.
That was a great plug, wasn't it?
Very natural.
The Lego Movie 2 has been delayed to February 2019. It was supposed to be mid-2018, so that's actually quite a significant delay. This is likely to push back other Lego products, considering this was supposed to be the building blocks of a Lego cinematic universe. What do you think of that? Did you see the first one?
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
I thought it was real good.
I did too. No, it's a shame about it. I imagine because they want to try and keep it as... Because it was quite... It was clever enough to be regarded as a good film. It wasn't just your typical...
It wasn't just a regular plot dressed in Lego.
Exactly, yeah. It wasn't like Minions, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was quite... Yeah, so I imagine they're probably just sort of rewriting to try and make sure it does actually continue with the first one.
Yeah.
Of course, so that it puts its other Lego universe products up.
Yes, because
scratch,
Warner Brothers and their cinematic universes, each one needs to.
That's it. Yeah,
world
which you can read
build.
more about on my Synopt op-ed at an address.
At an address.
This is the news that the Lego Movie 2 has been pushed back to February 2019, putting it direct competition with the SpongeBob SquarePants Movie 3. I bet the producers are bricking it. Right, is it tenuous link time?
Oh, is it already?
It is, I know. We're
Time flies.
speeding through this. There hasn't been... Oh, actually, no, it's not. Sorry. Some Justice League news. It's happening. That's
They've
not the
changed
news.
the logo.
No, they've
the
got
plot,
a new logo.
haven't they?
Yeah, they've got a new logo, and I'm not going to read the whole description of the plot, but basically, after the last film, in Batman vs Superman, Batman was really pissed off with everything for some reason.
Yeah.
Apparently, fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless acts, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally Diana Prince to face an even greater enemy. He was the only one that's been inspired by Superman.
It restores his faith in humanity, not all the people or anything, but it's the alien that dies.
Exactly. Well,
that he wanted to die until Martha.
I know. That was such a ridiculous problem. Anyway, they're still rushing ahead with it, even despite all the sort of critical mauling of Batman vs Superman and whatnot. They're pressing ahead at least.
I'm sure it probably made enough money to fill a Scrooge McDuck bin. So.
And it seems to be taking on a little bit lighter as well. Apparently, the Flash. They've shown some like very very early footage to a convention or something, and the Flash seems to be a bit more needed comic relief by the sound of it. So
does he just continually run into windows?
Yeah. He just keeps making quips about being fast, and Batman keeps going, that was fast. No, and he's like, yeah, it's because I'm a quip.
He goes past the front of Green Arrow, taking his arrows, and goes, what, you didn't see that coming?
Yeah.
And runs off.
Yeah, that's it. But no, they're still pressing ahead, which is expected, because it's still going to make like £1 million. And it's a shame, because The Killing Joke won't make any. It will make like £2, but it will be a better film.
Oh, but then the DC animated films are just generally better films.
Yeah, and it's, of course, Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill. It's brilliant. Right, we are planning on doing a Clone Wars commentary at some point.
Yeah.
It might actually be worth watching, because it turns out, Forrest Whitaker's character in Rogue One? The one who's like, what will they do when they break you? What will you become? That guy.
Yes.
He's... try and find his name. His character is called Saw Gerrera, who was actually in one of the seasons of the Clone Wars. So they're actually tying in the Clone Wars as official canon for.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they retroactively re-include in the Disney canon and what they just ignore.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, Clone Wars, like the 3D one, seems to have actually been sort of taken on as main canon, considering they continued a lot of it in Rebels as well, which is produced under Disney. Anyway, tenuous link.
Oh, tenuous link.
Yeah. There's been a leak of Benedict Cumberbatch's cancelled Disney Infinity Doctor Strange figure.
Oh, right, yes, I saw that.
It looks like a Disney animated Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, of course, is a movie. Disney Infinity is a game.
And that brings us on
to gaming news.
And talking of tenuous links, this first story is about The Legend of Zelda. Because that is also a tenuous link. Although it's not tenuous, it's mute. Anyway, so what unusual thing happened at the Zelda E3 booth?
Oh god, have we got more E3 news?
This is like late stuff.
I gave up after that. After last week's. I was like, that would do. Zelda is the main character.
No. Although that did... there was some controversy over the fact that Link's always... in an interview, Aonuma said Link's always going to be a boy, Zelda's always going to be a girl.
Right.
Because of something to do with balance of the Triforce. It sounded like real bullshit. Anyway, another story for another day. No, but somebody tried to steal the demo. Apparently, this is all still unconfirmed, but I think it was Kotaku where I was reading it. Apparently it was a pretty ballsy move, but yeah, this 17-year-old games developer went in and tried to send the demo to a remote system, like out the internet, essentially steal it. Apparently the job was almost impossible, considering they weren't retail Wii U units it was running on, and they were not connected to the internet either. But yeah, apparently he got some help, and they almost succeed. On the first day, all the booths were taken all day. On the second day, they did succeed, but apparently they copied the wrong files. Yeah, this is still
They just ended up with loads of porn.
Well, it's unconfirmed as of recording, which is the 23rd of June. If there's been any more news on it, it will probably be on a few news outlets. But yeah, can you imagine that, like turning up to E3? Because when I first heard the story, I thought it'd been like a retail Wii U unit. He put an SD card on, was like in the system menu. And everyone, you know, like if it had been held in Britain or something, everyone would have been like, I don't think he should be doing that. Should we tell someone?
No, I think everyone would be too polite in Britain, to be fair.
Yeah, everyone would be like, I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Exactly, yeah,
the guy would have just walked out there with the demo.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, this is the news that someone supposedly tried to steal the Zelda demo at E3 last week. They would have gotten away with it too, had the robber not enthusiastically held their hand up in the air and yelled, "Na na na na!" Right. So, second story. Guess what game finally came out?
One of these spiritual successors that you keep getting on about?
Yes.
Yay!
Which one is it?
The Banjo-Kazooie one?
No.
Oh, Ukulele, that was it.
Ukulele, that is the name of that one.
But that's
it
not
wasn't
the right
that one.
answer.
Yeah.
How about the spiritual successor to Mushroom 11?
You're just trying to read games off my my desktop.
Worms
mean, if
2, it's called.
I mean, the game is up there, so if you really want, you can just go through my entire Steam list.
Sim City.
What?
The Stanley Parable.
You are just literally reading them off.
Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight.
No.
Oh,
go left to.
What? Oh no. Limbo. They've made a successor to Limbo. Mega Man. Mega Man.
There we go.
I can't remember what the name of it.
Thank you for the patience, those of you at home that got it straight away. So yes, after 4 delays and $4 million dues, Mighty Number 9 is out.
Mighty Number 9. That's
what do the
said.
critics have to say about it?
Portal.
Stop reading games.
I imagine they said this is a very good spiritual successor to Mega Man.
No.
Oh.
It's getting very mixed reviews from the
Really?
critics. Well, 1, it has been delayed 4 times. 2, whilst they were making the game, they launched 2 more Kickstarters for more projects before the first one was even out, which obviously made people a bit wary. And yeah, it just a lot of the criticism is they don't think it was worth what the $4 million funded.
Oof.
And apparently their celebratory stream that the game was getting released turned into the game's main designer apologising a lot. So it's quite sad, really. But it hasn't been, as of recording, it has not been released the rest of the world. I think it's just stateside and the press. But yeah, it's getting... Some studios are really tearing it apart.
What have we learnt from this? Don't make games.
Ever. Unless they're board games.
And even then, that's a risk.
You became real good at it, you might have a monopoly.
Alright, stop.
Yeah, we'll stop.
I'm trying to think of more. Stop it. No, move on.
Yeah, so, it was released... well, part of the problem, apparently, according to the designer, was that they were trying to release it on 10 different platforms. Now, according to Wikipedia, that is actually 11, but I'm going to take out the weird Japanese-only system, the Shield, the NVIDIA Shield. Nick, what are the other 10 platforms it's releasing on?
Tadpole Treble.
Stop reading games off my list.
Rocket League. Portal 2. No, I'm going to go PC.
Yep.
I'm going to go Steam Machine.
Steam machines technically run off Linux. I mean, you can say
Am I
Linux.
really not having that? Okay. PS4.
Are you saying Linux?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. PS4.
Yep.
Xbox One.
Yep.
Xbox 360.
Yep.
PS3.
Yep.
Wii U.
Yep.
Wii.
No.
Oh. Nintendo DS 3DS.
Yep.
Spectrum ZX.
No, funnily enough. Did not reach that stretch goal.
An iPod 2G.
Okay, here's your clues.
iPhone. iPad.
No.
Mac.
Yes, that's one of them.
Okay. Another one. I've
Think-
only got one more to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to complete this then.
Do you want clues or?
Yes.
Think handheld, but it's not
Penis.
a Nintendo.
The PlayStation Vita.
Yep.
Yay!
Hey.
I did a thing.
Well done.
Yay!
Yes. So this is the news that Mighty Number 9 has released to mixed reviews from critics. A lot of people voiced their outrage at how they expected more from a game that had $4 million of funding. To be fair, they are right, but there's worse ways to spend the money. The developers could have bought 250,000 copies of Mighty Number 9. Anyway, so it's the week after E3, so the rest of my news is lacking a bit. Well, it's just a bit thin, because obviously everything happened last week. We're going to go into summer, where it will just basically be a follow-up of E3 news, for the most part. But yes, we have that Andrew House, who is quite high up at Sony America, was quite surprised at the announcement of Project Scorpio.
Scorpio. Watched last week's Synopt for that joke.
Or The Simpsons,
Yeah.
classic Simpsons. Yeah, apparently they just weren't expecting Xbox to go to the next level just yet.
Well, it's not. It's the next half level, isn't it?
No, that's the Xbox One
Oh,
Slim.
sorry. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Oh, fair enough.
Right, it seems just a bit soon, because I think the PS4 and the Xbox One were intended to last like 10 years or something. I think that's their eventual goal. But I think the problem is when they're all competing with each other, as soon as one jumps,
Yeah.
the others have to jump as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Sony will even bother though, because if they've got the PlayStation 4K coming out, and they've got the majority market share, any new game is going to want to be on PS4 as well. So it's going to be made, like, I don't think they're going to lose that much from not jumping with the other two.
No.
Because, yeah, apparently Scorpio is going to be 4.5 times the power of the Xbox One, and 4K is included but not compulsory.
What?
As in, like, you don't need a 4K TV.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think you need a 4K TV for the other one, do you?
I don't know. I don't really... Would it just be for the HDMI
Yeah.
port as well? I don't know. And the news...
Things
Clearly
work,
where I read this
maybe.
news put large emphasis on that. But yeah, so it would go through your HDMI. I think the fact that the console processes it in 4K does make it look better anyway. Like, and then it downscales it to 1080.
Right, yeah.
I think that's how it works.
Things happen somehow. That's all you need
The
to know.
magic box processes all the electric bits and gives you an image.
That's it.
Yeah. So are you going to pick yourself up a Scorpio?
Yeah, just to say that name. In fact, that name is kind of swinging me, to be fair.
Oh, it's
More power!
Right now they're discussing launch. What's your least favourite country? Italy or France? No one ever says
No one ever
Italy.
says it.
Anyway, a few weeks ago in our premiere episode of the second series, we talked about videos with lots of dislikes, trailers. Which one is having a war at the moment between the likes and dislikes? They're pretty 50-50. War might be a bit over the top.
Announcement for a DLC of some sort.
No.
Oh, don't know then.
It's the new Paper Mario game on Wii U.
Really?
Yeah, it's got 50-50 on it.
Mario can't offend anyone. Even if he made a crap film with Bob... Actually, yeah, he could.
Well, the thing is, the last Paper Mario game on the 3DS was a bit lackluster, and it seems the Wii U one's going to be following that route again.
Great.
So,
Love consistency.
yes. It's called Paper Mario Color Splash,
Nice.
and you go around painting shit. So it's essentially the opposite of Super Mario Sunshine, where you go around cleaning paint off things. Be funny if the two games were connected.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Turns out Mario did actually cause it all.
But he's
yeah.
got like a bit of split personality. He just immediately makes mess, and then he's like, he's a cleaner that.
He turns to paper at the same time. I know, it looks visually very nice, because it's using the Wii U's capabilities to make all the paper looks very papery.
Good. Will it be in 4K?
No. Unfortunately, unless this is another Wii U game that's going to get ported over to NX. Which I suppose it could. It's a late in life Wii U game, so... And no one really owns a Wii U, so... Depends how complicated it'd be. Yeah, and Shovel Knight has shown off the first bits of its next DLC campaign. Shovel Knight obviously being a Kickstarter success, to contradict with the Mighty Number 9 story from earlier. But yeah, this is the Spectre Knight campaign. Spectre Knight is kind of like a Grim Reaper-esque knight, and he's quite floaty, and he like flies into the air and jabs down at enemies. And,
right. And he's James Bond's archenemy, I presume.
It's a Spectre Knight. Wait, no, it's the Skyfall theme.
I can't even remember the Spectre one.
No.
It's just Sam Smith. It's Sam Smith one, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
That
yeah.
one.
Wish we had that app where you can get the song, and then you do that into it and see what it comes up with.
Yeah, it'd be like perfect.
I'm sure. But yeah, this is the second of their DLC campaigns, all free.
Great.
As part of their Kickstarter campaign. So before they released Plague Knight. Plague Knight is kind of like an alchemist. So you could put all his potions together and his attacks did different things. Which is real cool, actually. I really enjoyed that. I'm just a bit stuck near the end. And yeah, so this is Spectre Knight. This is the second one, so he's a bit Grim Reaper-ish. He has a scepter, obviously by the title. And then the last one's going to be King Knight, who they showed off a little bit of. And he just looks like he kind of daintily flants around.
Just does king stuff, yeah.
Yeah, he has a, you know, the thing the king has with the little bit on the end.
The staff, the Gandalf staff.
The staff thing, and that'll be his weapon. And then there's also battle mode coming, and the gender swap mode coming. So you can make any character any gender. So I mean, that's quite interesting. So yeah, that's basically they're like, yeah, the Spectre Knight's going to be the next one out. But they're all in development at the same time now, so it won't be as long as the gap between the original Shovel Knight and the first DLC.
Yay!
So that's good. I love Shovel Knight.
I know you do. I can see it on your desktop.
Yeah, it was one of the things you suggested.
It was.
Yes, so that brings me to the end of my news. So I suppose I should have something a tenuous link.
Did you know, when this podcast is released, we may or may not be in the European Union?
How's that a tenuous link?
I don't know, but we'll be
Because
looking.
there's stars on the EU flag?
When the viewers are when the listeners are listening to this, would you say viewers? Because it's kind of a video, but
I mean, if they're staring at one screen,
huh.
if they want.
The viewers/listeners will be listening to this. There will be a decision, whereas we are innocent, non-knowing people.
I mean, you sound like we're recording Have I Got News for You, and with my bits, you'd believe it as well. Yeah. That is very true.
It's exciting.
There are stars on the EU flag. There are wars between the stars. Star Wars. That brings us on to our discussion.
Fan-bloody-tastic.
Our discussion this week, we thought it would be fun. Rather than look at something that's already come out, we would be looking at something that is yet to come out. So, with Episode 7 having come out last Christmas, and Rogue One on the books for this Christmas, we thought we would discuss what we think is going to happen in Episode 8, which is due out in May 20...
No, it's next Christmas now. It's a whole...
Is it being delayed?
Yeah, it's Christmas again, I think. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Because I know its original thing was May.
Yeah, oh no, it's been moved since then, yeah.
Okay, so yes.
So we've got plenty to theorise about.
Yeah, so we thought it'd be quite a fun thing to do this week.
It will.
Nick has written the most, as in I have written 2 lines. I can see from here Nick has written about 20. So I will let him...
You've missed the other page as well.
Yeah, so I think I will let Nick kick us off and take us to a world of fantasy.
Me and Phil have both done a little bit of writing in our time. I don't know if that helps at all. Probably not.
Probably not. If they don't like your idea, they're going to tell you.
No, exactly. And mine is controversial.
Yes, feel free to give us your response in the comments, but please keep it nice.
Nah.
Okay.
Give me all you've got. You're going to have to stick with me for this, Phil. I've written a cohesive plot.
Finally got a cup of tea here.
Right, let's go. Are you ready at home?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, the crawl is going across the screen, and it explains that the First Order has been gaining supporters. Because you know in the last film there was like the odd person who'd be like, tell the First Order this. And there was that Scottish guy who was like, tell the First Order Han Solo's got an
More sympathiser than actual supporters.
Yeah, First Order sympathiser, I'll call them then, if you really want me to. I've written supporter elsewhere. Right, a disgraced Resistance pilot has stolen the map thing to Luke Skywalker.
Right.
And he wants to take it to the First Order, basically. Rey is training...
How has he stolen the map?
Because he was in the Resistance.
Yeah, but isn't the map still inside the 2 droids? Or are we saying that they took
No,
the map out?
they took it out and put it in the computer, didn't they? Oh no, they put it in BB-8. Well, let's assume BB-8 got rid of it because he wanted to store some jelly beans or something in his little compartment.
Wanted to project jelly beans.
Yeah. So he took the little USB out, and then this guy sort of opportunistic grabs this little USB thing. I'm going to call it USB for convenience. And he nicks it and he fucks off, gets in an X-wing and starts flying off. Right, this is all in the crawl, by the way. Rey is training on Ankh 2. The island with Luke, whilst Kylo Ren is training with Snoke on a ship, probably on a Star Destroyer.
Is this all still the crawl?
This is the crawl. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, film opens with a fucking space battle, because that's the best.
Yes, going the Revenge of the Sith route.
Exactly. Well, the Revenge of the Sith had a cool opening.
It did. Shame it was all CGI.
Yeah. Yeah. Poe is chasing this First Order sympathiser. And they have a little space battle. Poe manages to shoot it down.
Okay.
And then it sort of crashed. Like it's quite low space battle.
Low Earth orbit.
Yeah. I mean, you got the space, and then you sort of pan right down into this space battle.
Like the space battles in Battlefront.
Yeah. But
in the new Battlefront.
Yeah. I mean, we can sort of fly it out of the atmosphere.
And
the transition's like out of the atmosphere, and then they fly into the atmosphere. Poe shoots him down, and they're there. And he gets out of his ship and he walks over to like the crashed ship, and the guy's like bleeding but still just about alive. And the other guy explains that he was just sick of the fighting and he wants just order in the galaxy. First Order, right? So yeah, and then we join Rey. She's under Luke's guidance at the Jedi Temple on Ankh 2. You know, have you seen? You don't watch Game of Thrones, do you?
No.
They do this thing in the most recent series 6, where Bran is like experiencing visions and stuff.
Okay.
And he has like a mentor through these visions and stuff. So I thought that was quite a neat idea. You could sort of go down, and she's got a vision where she's on the planet Hosnian Prime, which is the one that's destroyed by the Starkiller base in The Force Awakens. You don't
the one that looks like Coruscant.
Yeah, you don't find out it's Hosnian Prime till a little bit later, but
yeah, because they wanted to stay away from the prequels, so they called it Hosnian Prime, not
yeah.
Coruscant.
Oh, I meant in this as well. You don't find out she's on Hosnian Prime till a little bit later.
Yeah.
I mean, the visuals are all there and everything, but no, she's experiencing how the First Order has like links with the politics of the New Republic.
Right.
So like, there's sort of split opinion. In these, I know the prequels were all about politics and everyone hated that, but we just got a little subtle bit mixed amongst action here.
Okay.
So yeah, they're all split opinion as to whether they should continue funding the Resistance or not.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm doing this as well with the Hosnian Prime and stuff is because I thought that destruction scene in The Force Awakens had no stakes to it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel enough. I didn't know what was going on there enough.
But how does that connect to Rey's arc?
You'll find out.
Ah.
But no, I just wanted to give a little bit more backstory to Hosnian Prime for a start. But the second, it does link to where
blah,
Rey
blah,
goes.
blah, politics, blah, blah, blah. Our daughter's on Jakku. Parents!
No, we don't get any of that. No, we'll save that for episode 9. I nearly said 6. Right, yeah, she sees the sort of split opinion in like the New Republic and stuff. Right, stick with me here. Jar Jar Binks. Wait. He's now old. He hasn't got the squeaky voice, and he's played by Andy Serkis. Because they've got Andy Serkis, and I haven't given him much to do as Snoke for this film. So I'm gonna try and, because Jar Jar Binks, he was introduced as a character and then swiftly reduced until he had nothing. So it didn't. I think, in some ways, that's a good thing because we got less Jar Jar Binks. In other ways, it made episode 1 even more intolerable because we got a stupid character who didn't even go anywhere. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Stick with me. Right, Jar Jar Binks, lower voice, played by Andy Serkis, like much better CG and whatnot.
Wheels are going off. No, I just think that sounds like Boss Nass.
No, right. Not that, but he's lost the stupid quirks in his voice, if you know what I mean. He gives this speech about how it would be madness to stop funding the Resistance and whatnot.
A speech, eh?
Yeah, he gives a speech, and it's Andy Serkis.
Does he come with the arm flailing there?
Yeah, no, he's now a sense of... Because like in episode 3, he was kind of a bit toned down, wasn't he? He didn't say anything, but he was...
I think he appeared in like one scene.
Exactly, but I think they smoothed down the stupid actions that he did and everything. Okay, so he gives a speech and whatnot, and then the Republic eventually decides that they're going to continue the funding. Some of the sort of poorer members of this society are really angry about the drain on money, and they're like, "Oh, why should the excess money go to the rebellion, to the resistance? It should go to the people, us, and whatnot." By the way, this is all kind of metaphorical to do with the Brexit campaign as well, if you know what I mean.
You're getting very political
I am
this
getting
week.
political.
I know usually like this.
No.
You're usually a lot stupider.
Right, and then so we find out some members are really angry because they think that the excess money should go to them because there is some disparity under the resistance, the Republic, and everything. And later we join a private discussion that reveals that they've accepted sort of credits from the First Order to try and push the vote towards the cancelling the funding.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So they've accepted sort of bribes and stuff. And then they kind of mention how like the people who support the resistance, they've decided their own fate type thing. So we get a little sinister glimpse of these characters.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of empathetic as well because they are poor and they haven't. They're not treated well in their society despite the fact that the good guys are apparently in charge. Anyway, right, we cut to Leia on a new resistance base. I don't know where it is. I haven't done any planets yet.
Would it be a snow planet? To follow the tradition?
Yeah, why not? No. This is the. Oh no, yeah, they did have a snow planet in Empire Strikes Back. Of course they did.
Yeah.
Could be Hoth. Might not. Don't know.
It'll be cool.
Or forest. Different. No, it'll be forest. They've had forest They've had forest based recently, haven't they? Bases.
No, so it'll probably be the same one from the end of.
No, because the First Order found out where that was, didn't they? So they'd probably move again.
Yeah.
Because they were about to destroy it with a Starkiller base.
Oh yeah, of course they were.
So they probably wouldn't move. Anyway, this isn't important. Right. She's put like a little sort of grave up, like a makeshift grave for Han. And we sort of cut to her, she's staring at this, and she's sort of mustering up courage because she's about to go into a briefing room and make a speech. So she kind of says something like, "Oh, I miss you." I don't know. This is, I haven't written the actual script, I've just written summaries.
I mean, you would be, we wouldn't blame you for thinking he's written the script. Really wouldn't.
This is just the general plot. The actual, like, the meat of it will be in an actual script, as you'll probably know. But
that will be next week's episode.
No. And she goes into this briefing room, she makes a speech, and she's like, "Oh, we have to show the people that the First Order's regime is not democratic and is only considered stable because it holds a gun to each and every one of you." And she gives like this inspiring speech and stuff. And then the crowd's like cheering at the end of this. And then like through the crowd cheering, she just, because they probably want a Harrison Ford cameo, you see just like a sort of vision of Han Solo kind of looking at her proud. It's like only in her head and stuff, but anyway. Yeah,
he doesn't become a Force ghost.
He doesn't become a Force ghost. No, he's just kind of like there. She like sees him in spirit because I don't think they quite showed enough of the effect of Han's death on Leia in Force Awakens. So I want it to kind of hang over her through this film.
So is this episode 8 correcting a few of the things we rushed in episode 7?
It's correcting. No, I don't want to say correcting because episode 7 is great. I kind of, this might not. It's not going to be 12 months. I kind of want to wrap up a few things that I personally had a problem with. So there's no Death Star in this either, by the way.
There's no Death Star on Empire, so you're on the right track.
Yeah. Oh, that might be too similar to Empire then.
Maybe there should be 2 Death Stars.
Right,
Starkiller rivals.
Yeah, she makes her speech and stuff, and then we cut to the First Order, because we haven't seen them so far. And, no, we don't. We go back to Hosnian Prime, and the First Order sympathisers like begin the mutiny that was hinted at earlier, and they start like killing members of the New Republic. Like Rey goes to get her gun out, even though this is all a vision stuff, and then suddenly we get sort of Luke in vision form next to her, and he kind of lowers her gun, and he's like, "Be aware of the events that surround you. Do not intervene. A Jedi only acts on rationality." That sort of thing, you know? Like, don't get involved.
That's a great Ewan McGregor voice you did for Luke.
Yeah. I'll try. I can't do a Luke voice. I'll just keep doing a Ewan McGregor. Yeah, so he's all like, yeah, don't do that. Chill. But the Republic Army manages to overcome the First Order sympathisers, and they arrest them and stuff, and like they're all like handcuffed on the ground and stuff. And Rey is happy about this, but then she sees like the sadness in the eyes of the people because they're only doing it basically to try and protect their society. They've got family and everything, and she sort of realises that it's not black and white, good and bad, if you know what I mean. She sees that you can sympathise with the people who are fighting for the other side, basically. Yeah, so they get arrested. We then cut, or fade, wipe.
Yeah, Star Wars film. It
I should say
wipes.
wipe. We wipe to Hux and Phasma, and they're going round trying to sort of rally up this support for the First Order.
Yeah.
And but a few go wrong, if you know what I mean. So we cut to one where it goes wrong, and they're on this planet trying to convince everyone on that sort of colony to join support the First Order and stuff. It goes wrong, and they start like rioting, shouting at him and stuff, and then like Hux like goes off to his spaceship. Like,
So Phasma hasn't been like dishonorably discharged, or
no, she's still there. Who cares? Yeah, and then Hux is obviously a bit pissed off, so he goes and gets on his Star Destroyer or whatever, and then Phasma kind of gives the command to her stormtroopers, and they just execute everyone who's rioting. Pretty much everyone. They execute everyone just to show they're evil, because we haven't showed much of them being evil so far. Yeah, and then Hux is on his Star Destroyer all pissed off and stuff, and he passes like Kylo Ren coming out of like a hologram chamber, because he's been like training and whatnot. He comes out and he's just like, I'm gonna do the voice. Kylo Ren comes out and he's like,
General Hux, your campaign seems to be going successful.
and there's a bit of a hatred banter there.
General Hux, your campaign seems to be going successful. For anyone that can't hear the mug through the microphone. Just covering my bases.
I'm going to do that for every dialogue, and you better translate after. But no, there's a bit of hatred banter between them, as ever. Because I enjoyed that in The Force Awakens. Their little hatred banter.
Oh, I ship it.
Yeah. My favourite scene was probably like when Kylo Ren's talking to Snoke, and like Kylo Ren hasn't managed to find out where Luke is from Rey. And then like Hux comes in, he's like, what does he say? He's like, we have the weapon ready to fire, and then like Kylo Ren sort of looks at him, and then he looks back like really pissed off that he's like done something good and he hasn't. I love that. That was a great little scene. So yeah, there's a bit of hatred banter. Right, then we go back to Leia on the Resistance base. Wipe back to Leia on the Resistance base, I should say. And she plans a heist with just a few select members, like Poe and Finn.
Oh, the first time we see Finn in this movie.
Yeah. I don't know. You can show him like earlier on during that briefing scene or whatever. But Poe, Finn, and Leia are kind of maybe a couple of others like Nyenum, that guy.
Nyum. Yeah.
We like him. Yeah, maybe he's there as well. And they have like a small secret off the records meeting just to avoid in case there's any First Order sympathisers within them again.
Yeah.
Like the guy at the beginning. And they plan a heist, and they're going to go to First Order base, and they're going to try and like prove, because they think Snoke is like a Sith Lord, and they want to prove that it will just go the same way as the Empire went, like being led by a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
And they also want to kill Hux as well, just because he's one of the big sort of campaigners for the First Order. So yeah, that's planned. And then we wipe back to Hosnian Prime. The First Order sympathisers who committed the mutiny earlier, they're about to be executed. And then, like, everyone who's there looks up to see the Starkiller beam
Okay.
sort of coming down. And then, like, they all realise they've made a mistake through their facial expressions and stuff. And then they all sort of, like the guy, the main sort of coordinator of the mutiny kind of looks at Jar Jar really apologetically. And stop smirking when I say Jar Jar. We're making him serious for this one. And then Jar Jar kind of sort of looks up as well, sad and whatnot. And then, yeah, we cut back to that destruction scene from The Force Awakens.
So you basically reintroduce Jar Jar to kill him.
Yeah, but we give him a slightly more dignified exit this time. Rather than just... Yeah, exactly. I'd rather a character went... I'd rather I hated a character, but it went somewhere, if you know what I mean. Rather than just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm justifying myself at every step here. Yeah, we cut back to that destruction scene from The Force Awakens. Rey remembers seeing it from Takodana, and she wakes from the Force vision really angrily back on Ankto, the Jedi temple, the island. She wakes up from the vision on that island. She's like been meditating with Luke opposite her, but she's got her lightsaber sort of raised in her hand, like with it on and everything, and she's looking really pissed off and stuff.
Wow, you look pissed.
Yeah, but no, Luke looks at her really disappointedly, and he's like, anger is the path to the dark side. and he takes the.
He gets angry at her anger and angry.
No, not angry. He looks disappointed.
Okay.
And he takes the lightsaber from Rey and turns it off. And then she's like really annoyed because she thinks, because she's quite temperamental, like she's not good enough to be a Jedi and whatnot. And then because we haven't had Chewbacca or R2 yet, she goes and Chewbacca comforts her, whereas R2 goes and has a chat with Luke out of earshot. They're just catching up. What have you been up to?
You've been asleep this entire time.
So there you go. Yeah.
Me too.
And then we wipe to another failure Hux scene. This one's really excited. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, Hux is on this planet. Hux is on Tatooine.
He's using the bathrooms. There's no toilet paper, and it's just him stood there awkwardly, like, "What do I do? I can't leave it. That's rude." And Kylo Ren's knocking on the door, like, "I need to go."
I need to go. No, Hux is on Tatooine with Phasma and a small group of stormtroopers. Phasma starts realising, and they're talking to like a really close-knit colony, and they're trying to convert them to the First Order and whatnot. But they're a really sort of tight, small community. And then Phasma's kind of looking around, and she realises something's up. So she kind of grabs Hux and sort of brings him back a bit. When suddenly they're all ambushed by like these this gang in like old stormtrooper outfits.
Okay.
And they're like all dusty and sand coloured and stuff against the shiny new ones and whatnot. And there's like a little fight there. Phasma manages to grab Hux and like drag him out of the way and get him to a ship and whatnot. And Phasma manages to kill a few of the gang. But the gang obviously overcome the new stormtroopers. And then they start like stripping off the armour off the new stormtroopers and whatnot. And then out steps Boba Fett.
Right.
Yeah. This is something that'll probably lead into another Star Wars film, but I just want to sort of establish that he's back in. Boba Fett steps out into the scene. He grabs one of the helmets from the new stormtroopers and he's like, "Carbon nanotube armour. These should fetch a good price. Did you get the shiny one?" And they're like, "Nah, we didn't." And he's like, "Shame. Phasma's armour would have bought me a new ship." And that's.
So he knows Phasma.
He knows of Phasma. He knows it's like Phasma. We're kind of acknowledging that Phasma has ridiculously nice armour as well. Just that's a little in joke.
That's real shiny. The magpies down the market will go crazy. For
Exactly.
That
Yeah. We established that he's back and he's kind of like living as a bit of a scavenger.
So what's his armour all a bit dusty and
A bit
torn up.
and he's got this army of like the gang of people in old stormtrooper armour, and it's a really cool, just neat scene just to throw in. And we'll pick it up in a different film probably. So yeah, we get that little cameo, and it helps move Hux's thing on as well. Because if we establish that he's failed twice, we know that he's kind of failing a bit as a character.
Yeah.
Right, he's failed to rally a group twice. But I thought if we can throw in Boba Fett, we can throw in Boba Fett. Right, we swipe to Leia, Finn and Poe, and whatever his name is. They're on like a covert mission to the First Order's new base of operation. There's a big heist scene. I haven't any of the big details for that, but you can get in some cool action sequences there. They can't find any details on Snoke. Like, they can't prove what he is, if he exists and whatnot.
Yeah.
Leia stays behind to try and find something. She's like, "You go ahead and find Hux or whatever." She's like still on this computer trying to find things. So Finn and Poe and I don't know, maybe Nien Nunb stays with Leia, but Finn and Poe go off to find Hux. They come across Phasma and Hux. Like, there's a big shootout. Finn kind of like fights Phasma and sort of takes her away from the main bit of action, and like Finn like manages to find Hux. And Finn manages to kill Hux. We kill Hux. Hux wasn't that important anyway. So yeah, there's a big shootout. Finn is punched like really hard by Phasma and sort of like wounded. Maybe she because it's compulsory to damage Finn at the end of a Star Wars film now, obviously. So yeah, like Finn like finds Poe. Did I say Finn? I meant Poe. Poe gets punched really hard.
Oh.
I cocked that up, didn't I? I get those damn one-syllable names confused. Yeah, Poe. No, wait. What am I talking? No, Finn is the one who gets punched.
Obi.
Finn's the old stormtrooper, isn't he?
And Eaton,
yeah. Sorry, Finn gets punched by Phasma.
Jar Jar.
Finn and Phasma have the fight, and then Finn gets injured.
Okay.
Poe manages to sort of like fight Phasma off, and Phasma sort of goes off, and she finds Hux. She finds Hux's body, and she's like, "No, Hux." Poe grabs Finn and takes him out the room. Whatever. They meet back up with Leia in a corridor, and Leia's like, "I found something about Snoke." I can't remember these names. She's like, "I found something on Snoke," but before they can get any further, they're all like suddenly force pulled back, and they all sort of fall to the ground and whatnot. They look behind, and Kylo Ren's standing there, and you're like, "Shit." Leia obviously looks like scared and whatnot. Kylo Ren with his new force powers like rips a load of metal off the wall, and like sort of hurls it all towards the three of them, and then it all just stops in midair, and then it sort of pans out from close up of Leia, and she's suddenly just found the ability she can use the Force.
Ah.
Because they hinted briefly at that in Empire Strikes Back, but it went nowhere.
Now Kylo's getting defeated by just people who just realised they use the Force.
Yeah, but no, they hinted at Leia's Force ability back in Empire Strikes Back.
But there's different grades of it. There's Force.
Exactly. She's only using it because she's like putting this for the first time in a very exactly life or death kind of thing, and it all just drops to the floor. So she can't control it much. She just managed to stop it.
Right.
And it all falls to the floor. And anyway, everyone looks shocked, obviously. And then Leia kind of says to Finn and Poe to run. Poe grabs Finn's hand and pulls him up, and they escape and whatnot. Poe glances back round before they disappear, and they're like, "Oh no, no!" And Leia's like, "I won't let you find them." And Ren uses the Force to like freeze Leia, like he did in Force Awakens, to Rey and whatnot. He forces Leia where she stands. But then we find out. Okay, I'm sort of theorising a bit here on some sort of relationship between between Rey and Leia.
Yeah.
There's possibly some sort of family link. But no, when Leia discovered she used the Force and whatnot, Rey connected to her, meditating next to the first Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
So there's suddenly a really strong Force link between them. And then like Kylo Ren realises, and he's about to go up to Leia and whatnot, but then he turns around and he sees that Rey is like a vision meditating along the corridor that he's in.
Right.
And then he goes up to her, and like he's like, "The scavenger girl." Sorry.
The scavenger girl.
Hang on, let me see what I've written. And he's like,
"I've been looking everywhere for you."
I've been looking everywhere for you.
And then he begins to Force mind read her, like he does in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
To get her location, and then he's like,
Takodana.
no, he doesn't. He does
Ankto.
Ankto, isn't it? The island.
The island.
And yeah, so he finds out where her and Luke are, and you're like, oh no. But then suddenly you hear a lightsaber turn on behind him, and Luke has joined in this Force vision. And then like he looks behind him and he sees Luke, and they're like, oh, it's Luke versus Kylo Ren. And they have a lightsaber fight, but only
in the Force vision.
In the Force vision. So like we cut between back and forth. And then from like Chewbacca's point of view, Luke is fighting no one. But then you like sort of cut between the two. So they're both fighting simultaneously in the two locations. And then like they're pretty equally matched, obviously, because they would be at this point. So yeah, it's a really intense sort of fight between these two locations. But then Kylo Ren manages to finally grab like Luke by the neck and sort of hold him up, pick him up, and then from Chewbacca's point of view, like Luke's being like lifted up by nothing, if you know what I mean. So like, and then like Rey sort of looks at Leia and looks at Luke in this Force vision while meditating and whatnot, and then she's like, no, and then she wakes up from the Force vision, and then suddenly Luke like drops to the floor. They all disappear from their Force visions respectively.
Yeah.
And yeah, sort of where they are. Rey's on that planet with Luke, and she's like, I'm sorry, they found out where we are and whatnot. And then like Luke looks to Chewbacca and he's like, get the Falcon ready. And then he turns around to Rey and he's like, pack your things, your training is over. And then you see Leia thrown into a prison cell back at the First Order base. Kylo Ren walks through into this hangar, and the Knights of Ren are in there. Brief glimpse.
Yeah.
Glimpsed briefly in The Force Awakens. All the Knights of Ren are there, and then they get in this ship. The door closes. Bam! Circular transition. Credits.
Ah, that was a very... That was... Yeah, you're right. We were right to speed through the news.
Yeah.
Where's C-3PO?
Oh, I don't care.
Where's BB-8?
Oh, I don't care. We had enough of him. No, we can look. This it's not. It's just like the outline of the script. Like BB-8's not because he was too important in my opinion in The Force Awakens.
Yeah, but he's marketable as shit.
He is marketable. You can include him in there, but don't make him like the entire reason like why anyone's doing anything. So yeah, that's my plot.
Right, I have 9 minutes really. If we want to keep this at around an hour.
Please do comment and let me know if you like that or not. But
mine will be a lot more simplistic because I have not gone to the same extent. I have had a think. My 2 bullet points, which I shall start with, Kylo will be more powerful.
Nice.
And finish off with Kylo v Luke. That's literally all.
That's the same as mine.
No, but well, I think it'll be the Crawl.
Yeah.
And not much will happen. Like the First Order are licking their wounds, and the Resistance are moving about quite a bit because their funding has gone. But the opening scene, as I think it's been confirmed to be the opening scene when they said that Episode 8 was shooting, is back on the island.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and remember the name.
Ankto.
Who cares? And months have passed, maybe even years,
Really?
of training.
Wow.
On the island, so things have moved forward quite a bit.
She's more Jedi trained now.
Yeah, and the first scene is very much a physical training scene between Luke and Rey, but it's just kind of to show off how far she's come since last time, how focused and things like that.
So can I ask quickly, where are you going to go from the space shot? Just pan down to
pan down to the planet.
Okay, got it.
I mean, if you really want to be a creative director, you could zoom through the atmosphere and down, and then
Doctor Who style.
The main thing is that it doesn't go all the way down to the planet. It goes down to the sea and then
to the island.
it pans up.
That'd be nice.
To the island.
That'd be a nice shot.
So yeah, they are training. Luke isn't as physical, obviously, because he's a bit older. But it's mostly showing off how much Rey's improved. So you can be like, "Damn, girl."
Yeah.
You
got skills.
Chewie and R2 are not there.
No.
They just dropped off and left.
Oh.
Because let's face it, like if we're saying years have passed,
they've
at most
got bored.
It's a bit unfair to make them just sit at the ship for like.
Yeah.
So
it's like when you have to wait in the car. When your mum goes shopping.
And the thing is, they have communicators and things like that. Them waiting around just cause, like R2's probably stayed.
They must have a PS4 on the Millennium Falcon. Come on.
R2's probably stayed, but
I just shut off again.
Yeah. But the thing, so Chewie is back at the Resistance base, as is Leia. Finn is, he's training to be, he's in like pilot simulators and things like that. He is a new man. Because obviously he spent his whole life being told he was one thing, found out he wasn't. He now knows he can't fly, and things like that. So he's just training a lot. He's a bit jealous, because he thought he was the Jedi.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So... like, it's not resentment at all, because he obviously cares very much for Rey.
Yeah.
He just feels a bit down about it. And, like, he's, like, Rey isn't the one that has any kind of bad memories of it, but he does get woken up in the night by memories of being beaten by Kylo Ren.
Right, yeah.
Because, obviously, he feels like... he spent the whole of the first movie posturing that he was, like, the hero and things like that, and he got wham, bam, thank you, ma'amed. Let's say R2 is on the island, because R2, for some reason in Episode 7, has this irreplaceable connection to Luke. Like, he's had plenty of masters, is my point. But then when Luke fucked up, he was like...
He just really loves Luke.
And C-3PO and BB-8 are at the thing, and Leia, and they're at a new base. What biome haven't we done? Let's say it's a floating city on the water. I'm literally just making this up.
Yeah. That's kind of Camino, isn't it?
Yeah, but this isn't as sophisticated.
Rainy. It's not as... oh, right, okay.
It's not floating. It's literally... not floating as in...
oh, okay, right. It's literally like
Venice.
Bora Bora or Venice, yeah. Okay, yeah.
But it's obviously a lot more sophisticated than Venice. It's very modern, but you can tell it's all floating.
That'd be pretty. That'd look nice.
It'd be a very nice shot, and you've got, like... somehow floating panels that obviously the ships are on and things like that. It's a very nice looking base. I'm talking about the base too much. I've got 5 minutes left. And I've not explained any of the plot.
I'm so sorry for stealing this episode.
Kylo is a lot stronger, like I said in my 2 bullet points. But he is kind of doing the First Order's thing again. Like, he's very anxious. After what happened last time, he wants to find Luke, he wants to find Rey. Hell, he wants to find Finn.
BB-8.
Sure, why the fuck not?
Where's the droid?
Where's the droid?
Again.
For some reason now it's just in my head. I will find him.
Man of Steel.
Yeah. So we don't. There are hints towards Rey's parentage in this, but Rey doesn't find out. The hints are purely because Luke does know, but he doesn't want to disclose. Fuck it. What else could we do? So the whole. Because obviously the 5th film and the 2nd film basically just killed... They bridged the beginning and the end. And the end game of this is probably going to be Kylo getting turned back to the light. Or at the very least killed.
At the end of...
9.
Really? Oh, at 9, right, okay, yeah.
So this will have a much more powerful Kylo. Like, there'll be an example scene. They'll be doing a routine wipe on a planet. But he'll be agitated. And it'll either be like a thunderstorm... Or it'll be just a huge wave, and he'll just wipe out a whole mass of people.
Wow.
Just, like, in his anger. And it'll basically be...
Not just computer screens this time.
Yeah. It'll basically be shown that he's not ready to fuck with. Either that, or it'll be something like he'll just destroy a building, like, by clenching his fist.
Yeah.
You'll see that he really is a league above now. But then you've seen that Rey is too. So, I mean, if we're going the retread of... Empire route, then you'll have that the Resistance is on the ropes because of its loss of funding. Because whilst they were able to pull off the attack on the Starkiller base, they have lost the majority of their fleet and their funding. And I mean that was never a problem before for the Rebellion. The Rebellion, like, it's pretty much in the same position as the Rebellion, so it never gets concentrated on too much. But they aren't an established superpower. They are back being the scrappy underdogs.
Right. Okay.
And essentially, a lot of this film is a lot of training. It's like Finn's training, Rey's training. Hell, Poe is
He's
also there.
Just even better pilot training.
But yeah, I'm not sure exactly the plot beats. I haven't thought this out as well as you. But essentially,
I had a lot of time on that.
It will end up looking like it'll kind of go a little bit of a similar way as Empire, as in there'll be some trouble that Poe and Finn and Leia are in.
Right.
And Rey will be, I must save them. And Luke is like, no, your training's not over. Wow, this feels like deja vu. But Rey will go anyway.
Right, yeah.
How? That's a good question.
Force vision, clearly.
No, I think Chewie's come back. Why not? He hasn't gone with the rest of the plot. He's like, should probably go sit around that island a bit more. Or it is Luke's old X-Wing.
Yeah.
She takes the X-Wing.
That'd be cool.
But then that kind of gets in the way of what happens, which is that
and
she's fighting...
And it needs a jump start. It's a bit old.
Yeah, she's fighting... She decides to turn up and fight Kylo, much like Empire.
Yeah.
But this is... Despite how much Rey's improved, this is still not going to end well for her. And then Luke shows up to take the place. So obviously that's why the X-Wing thing doesn't make any sense. Be much more sensible.
He flies. He just flies.
He can just fly now. He flies alongside the X-Wing. Just like Superman. As you can see, there's a lot of holes in mine. But, yeah. Anyway, so they're fighting. Whilst the others are trying to escape. Now, they're almost out. Finn is now quite a good combat person.
Yeah.
He's kind of picked up the thing of using a stick to like Rey did in Force Awakens.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's part of it's the way his kind of feelings about it have gone, is that he wants to kind of emulate what he saw so he can be the better one. And his traitor! And it's Phasma, but it's like a real desecrated suit because she is being dishonorably discharged.
Oh.
And she blames it solely on Finn.
Oh.
So she's been hunting him down as a renegade.
Oh, okay.
So whilst the fight between now Luke and Kylo is going on, and despite the fact Luke wasn't being so physical earlier, you are seeing him just bat all this shit away that Kylo, like the lightning, he's just knocking it away with a backhand and things like that. like, you see why he is the most powerful Jedi in the universe, or whatever. And they're fighting, and you've also got... I'm not sure if it will be a bit of cover fighting until they get their guns knocked out for them. But then they're kind of fist fighting, and Finn's using a stick, and like, it's a real... You can tell it's vicious. You can tell it's not...
Brutal fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's... Like, she genuinely hates him.
Right.
And he's just... he's a bit driven from his last appearance. Like, to be better. He's like, I'm not going to lose this time. I'm going to... This is the fruit of my training, as you hear in lots of TV shows. And they're fighting, and essentially, it's one of those situations where Finn does beat Phasma, but she's not gone. He just basically gets her away enough.
Right, yeah.
And then he heads off to the ship. Luke, he doesn't die, he's just severely maimed.
Luke?
Yeah.
Wow.
But in the end, it comes down to Kylo was going to get Rey, so he steps in the way and he gets a limb cut off.
Wow.
So essentially, he is still the most powerful. He doesn't die, so it's not a complete retread, but he's pretty.
They can get robot shit put on them anyway, can't they?
He's just not going to be as fit as he used to be.
Right. Yeah.
So let's say it's a leg. The leg goes falling down the bottomless pit, because all of these take place next to a bottomless pit. And he's like, oh, god damn it, not again.
Maz will pick it up in a few years' time.
How did you get this? It smells.
A long story, but for another time.
And then, obviously, Luke's just been maimed. She's just been training with this guy for, like, a year. She cares very much. And she's just enraged. This is another, like, Phasma-esque situation, but she just basically just pushes him. Just throws him just out, like, just basically gets rid of Kylo enough to get Luke away, just by, like, throwing him out.
Right, yeah. In anger.
Doing enough to get rid of him. And then he's like, obviously Kylo's angry that he didn't get them, and she's dragging Luke to the ship. And obviously they get away just in the nick of time and all that. I don't really know what Poe or Leia have been doing. Let's say they're making out.
Alright, fair enough.
She's got herself a toy boy.
There was a bit of chem. A little bit of chem between them, wasn't there?
But yeah, that's very vague, but like I could see it being.
I want to avoid
Luke versus Kylo.
Empire resemblances.
But yeah, Kylo has had enough this time. Like, it's not even his training this time. He's the most trained.
Yeah.
And this is when he calls the Knights of Ren, and that's one of the things that ends on.
I can't
like
wait
yours.
to see the Knights of Ren. Ugh.
And yeah,
but you didn't bring Boba back, so.
Or Jar Jar.
Or Jar Jar, yeah.
So I think those two even out.
Yeah. That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, mine's very vague. So actually, if you've got any criticisms of Nick, or if you've got any ways to flesh out mine or improve it, then do let us know in the comments. But I think that about...
#fight.
Yeah, next time... Well, yeah, it will leading up into episode 9. The only thing that mine is currently missing is some kind of... Like, it's not a thing about copying Empire, but all second parts have a overhang into the third part.
Yeah.
Mine currently doesn't have, apart from the Knights of Ren. And I guess Legless Luke, #Legless Luke.
Please be sure to add #synops after that as well.
Yeah, don't just bother Mark Hamill on Twitter, he's funny. But yeah, bear in mind that was mostly off the top of my head.
Not bad.
But I did think it was important to bring in the marketable qualities. Like, BB-8 will be there and it'll still be beeping, but less so.
Right.
And the whole traitor bit was like an immediate sensation.
Yeah.
So, being Disney and all this being very focused marketed,
you need some memes.
you know there's going to be a
yeah, that's the point. I haven't got much marketable in here, other than more Boba Fett figures. And more Jar Jar figures.
Yes, because they sold like hotcakes. Like gone cold. So yeah, sorry mine's not as fleshed out as Nick's. And
as I said,
sorry,
I
Nick's
had a
has
lot
Jar
of time.
Jar in it.
Yeah. Right
yes.
in if you think #Jar Jar returns.
#Jar Jar.
That's the name of the film, by the way.
That's the name of the episode. No, I was thinking 8 misbehaving.
Actually, can we put Jar Jar returns as the episode name, because that's clickbait and a half, isn't it? We'll get many viewers.
It doesn't explain what the episode's about.
I don't care. They'll get this far through the episode and be like, that's why it's called that.
No, we're calling it 8 misbehaving, but instead of 8, it's VIII.
No. #Jar Jar returns.
#8 misbehaving. Anyway.
Vote on Twitter.
We will be away next week because Nick is on holiday.
Sols.
There might be a video next week. We haven't really planned that far ahead yet.
If there is, you're bloody lucky.
The week after will be the podcast returning, where the topic will be #Pokemon20, or the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Where I will
Pokemon
have
20 Blaze, I thought we were going to go with.
#Pokemon 420 Blazer.
Yeah.
Where we'll have plenty of games, and I'll be testing Nick's Pokemon knowledge.
Oh, no.
So it'll be less of a talk about and more of a have fun with it.
Huh.
So we hope you will join us. As always, there is the Let's Plays that go up on a Friday, where we'll be playing more Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Republic Heroes.
What's Star Wars? I want more Star Wars.
More Star Wars. There is so much Star Wars. Last time it was Doctor Who, this time it's Star Wars. And next Wednesday will be the next next editorial on the blog. Last week's was Nick's on Cinematic Universes. This next one will be on the Assassin's Creed film, and it'll be written by me. So that'll be, look out for that on Wednesday. As always, follow us on Twitter at CynOptPodcast. And yes, have I done all the links?
I think you've plugged everything you can plug. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've been Phil.
And I've been Nick.
Please join us again for the Cynical Optimist podcast in a fortnight.
I hope you enjoyed today. So,
Yes.
Sorry it was a tad long and the news was a tad short, but there you go. As I said,
Right, if you see that plot in the cinemas, you know who came up with it. It was
Nick.
Or at Mick Mortimer.
That's it.
See you next time. I've been Phil.
I've been Nick.
I
Cheers.
said that already.
Yeah.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.